Hello, I'm going to do something about fishing tourism in Finland and then shortly present our new fishing portal, FishinginFinland.fi. We have this .fi, otherwise we could have some other name of the domain, but this was free, so it was natural thing to say. In Finland also, good portal names have been used by private companies or even foreign companies. Some notices about Finland as a fishing destination. Some people know Finland as a land of 1,000 lakes. As we heard today, in Norway there are about 200,000 lakes. So in Finland, someone has calculated that there are 187,888 lakes. Correct me if I'm wrong. And that is 10% of total area of Finland, so it's about 30,000 square kilometers. And I live at the moment in Tampere. It is the third biggest city of Finland, and it's about 180 kilometers north from Helsinki. And there are even more lakes than in general in Finland. Besides of lakes, we have a long coastline, over 1,000 kilometers of Baltic Sea coast, and then hundreds of rivers. I have also some statistics here. I'm sorry about that, but I also like statistics. So here is some data that is made by Finnish Game and Fisheries Research Institute, and here are the catch of recreational fishing in Finland from year 2009, and we can see that the absolutely most important species are pike and perch, here in left. Pike catch, recreational fishing, it's about 9 million kilos per year. The latest statistics shows decline, but anyway, pike is number one and perch is on the same level about. And then there's chander stocks have been increased during last 15 years, and I think those three species are the most important for fishing tourism in Finland. These other species here, I'm sorry, those names are in Finnish, but these other species form they support fishing tourism industry. So these whiteflesh species make the basis for sustainable fishing tourism, and especially in southern and central Finland, almost all entrepreneurs who are offering fishing services use these species as a resource. We have also red flesh species. Very many Finns like to fish them, and we have some rivers where you can fish salmon. There are only 4 or 5 rivers. In Lapland, Teno Tana River and Torniojoki, and then Naatomajoki in Lapland. These rivers are all in the border of Sweden or Norway. And then in South Finland we have River Kymmeneälv in Swedish, and then Simojoki, northern part of the country. Because there are so few summer rivers and the high season is short, we can't offer very much fishing tourism services in Finland for salmon fishing. Sea trout and most of the brown trout stocks are endangered or disappeared. Like landlocked salmon that is on our waters only because we stop fish. So, in general speaking, threatened species can't be a firm backbone for strong and hopefully growing fishing tourism industry in Finland. But several companies utilize stocking of trout, salmon and rainbow trout in rapid and river fishing places. Here you can see that in other words or other picture, the distribution of pike and perch is almost all Finland, and we have also Chandor, the half of the country, same as grain in the northern part of Finland, but then salmon is quite rare. Fishing tourism is quite young business in Finland if we exclude Åland Islands where they have done much longer to develop this business. But during last 10-15 years there have been rapid development of the industry. First pioneer company started in 90s. If you talk about modern fishing tourism. And those small fishing guide companies have been the most ambitious ones. They have developed their business, they have schooled themselves. We have examination for fishing guides since year 2006. They have invested to boats and tackle. One guy in the Tampere region who is one of the big pioneers and one of the most famous ones in Finland had only one small boat when he started. Now he has several bigger boats and also people who will come to work with him. And then they have an organization and they have networked with people working in travel business. Besides fishing guides, those cottage owners who offer fishing services for holiday makers, they are in important role also. So this rental villas and cottages plus fishing services is a significant product in Finland, especially for Russian holiday makers. Russian holiday makers and business companies are very important for also fishing guide companies. Especially in eastern Finland, some of our fishing guide companies say that most of their customers come from Russia. Finland, there have been made some estimation about how many companies we have involved in this tourism sector, and rough estimation is that we have over 1,000 companies that get at least some regular income from fishing tourism. Most of them less, but some of them more. Some key points. First of all, you have to have a good fishing area and a lot of fish, also big fish. Services available. Accommodation is the basic service where you start if you want to have customers. Boats and tackle, guides for those customers who need guide, licenses, etc. Not everybody has skill to offer these services and skill to handle customers properly. I think there are only few who can do it well. I hope in the future there will be more. Desire and energy to believe in this hard business is important. And today, language skills, if you want foreign customers, it's very important. What is the value of fishing tourism in Finland? We know it is many millions, but we really don't know how many. I have heard today some figures from USA and Canada and so on. I think you have more information that we have here in Finland. Of course, we have statistics about recreational fishing and some estimates. I have also some figures, but I really don't want to show them because I don't believe in them by myself. So we need more information about these values, and also research would be very helpful to develop this whole industry. We would like to have information about the customers and markets and from the whole system. There's quite a small number of people who is working with this branch today in Finland. I mean developing. Then fishing in Finland. We made a project in year 2012. Before that, in Finland we had national fishing portal for some years. Finnish Tourist Board Visit Finland made a brand new portal, travel portal in 2 years ago, and we made fishing pages inside the portal. And when we had that fishing site ready, Finnish Tourist Board decided to make new pages, and all information we have made disappeared. But we got the material, texts, translations, photos, videos, and we started to make an independent fishing website. Federation of Finnish Fisheries Associations is the executor of this web page, and our main financier is Minister of Agriculture and Forestry, and Visit Finland is our partner. And page was opened last summer with 3 language editions, Finnish, English and Russian. And last week we had online all 10 language editions. We have now step 3 in this portal project. Last week we got a decision from Ministry that we can make an expansion during this year and next year, so we will widen this web page with introductions of some tens of fisheries, the most important rivers that are not yet on the page, and we try to get more enterprises to the portal. At the moment there are over 50 companies online. I can show shortly. We have connection here. So we open Finland as a fishing destination. By destinations, Finland is divided to 4 parts here on the map: Lapland, Lakeland, West Coast, and Southern Finland and Pelako. And at the moment we introduce 16 waters, 10 biggest lakes, 3 rivers. As I mentioned, River Teno and River Torniojoki, they are our salmon rivers, and also River Kymijoki is important river in southern Finland. And Baltic coast is introduced in 3 parts. Species are introduced here. Maybe I saw one here, brown trout. Yesterday we were discussing about the size limits, and starting from this year in Finland, the minimum size of brown trout were raised to 60 centimeters. In Lapland, to north from 67th latitude is 50 centimeters, but everywhere else it is 60. Well, some fisheries, some fishery areas have tried to lower that limit, because in some waters brown trout don't reproduce, or in many waters, and they would like to have a smaller limit, but we will see what happens. We have also here those services. We have divided companies to accommodation and fishing guide companies, and then we have also tackle shops, travel organizers, and products here. So here you can see what is the situation now. Most of the fishing guides operate here in southern Finland. There are also small companies in Lapland and by those rivers, so we hope that in the future those companies are also introduced here. Thank you very much.